Welcome to Call Bob and Hold You Weave, Episode 2.
Why do you look at me when you say it? You can look at the camera.
I just feel weird.
Then you're just talking to me and not them. They're watching. We're not.
God damn it. Welcome to Call Bob and Hold You Weave, Episode 2. It's nerve-wracking. It's hard. Okay, whatever. Well, welcome back. It has been a week. I feel like it's been a month, but it's been like a week. You know. So let's address a couple things.
You didn't say your name.
Oh, damn it. I'm Brett. Who are you?
I'm Kanaya.
She's down for all the people, for all the deaf community.
I totally butchered that though, I think. I did. I don't think I...
You just insulted the entire deaf community?
No, I didn't. I did it right. I didn't spell my name right. Because, yeah. There we go.
Alright, whatever.
So now they know how to spell my name. And then take whatever they can from that.
Okay.
Probably still won't pronounce it right, but that's fine.
No. If people can't pronounce your name right...
People who can hear cannot pronounce it right.
No, so...
People who cannot will probably...
It's a lost
be
cause.
the same.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a lost cause.
Okay, so there's a couple things that we need to, address here. We were in the living room, so it's, kind of echoey, so I just feel, weird talking really, really loud when it's just echoes and I, hear myself almost. I don't know. It's not even an echo. It's, a... whatever. Anyway. My hair's not pink anymore because a couple of reasons. Pastel pink does not stay on my head. But also, Redken, which is a hair brand, their hair color is terrible. Absolutely awful. And, the actual colors are good, but, it does... And here's the thing, is that the actual hair colors are good, but that shit does not last. And you know why they do it is because the Redken salons, they... For Redken making their products the way that they do, their salons, their stylists keep applying or keep seeing whatever their clientele to keep reapplying the color because it doesn't last, and that just gets their money and boosts their numbers. Literally, that's what it is. I swear to you, it's a conspiracy, and it's terrible. I figured it out a couple of days ago. I was like,
I'm onto them.
I'm like, oh my god, I gotta sue them. Because for the past few months, I've literally been chasing pastel pink hair, and it has not worked out for me. I've almost always used Redken, which is now I understand that it's not me, it's Redken. It does not stay. It's a terrible brand for hair color, and they just do it so that you keep buying it and keeps their business. They could make the color stay longer. It doesn't matter how dark you go or whatever. It literally vanishes. It's been a week and it's gone. Whatever. But I haven't really tried many other brands, so that's also a part of it. I could if I wanted to, but I haven't. But whatever. So that's not a thing right now, but it's hair color, fucking who cares. But anyway, we're in the living room just to kind of save time, and I have cats. So, just to save time, we'll be probably back on whatever. We'll probably be back on the green screen in a week or two, but for time's sake, and it's just more comfortable, even with the echoiness. It's still kind of more comfortable just to be on a couch, and whatever. I just feel it's a little easier to have. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't know, but whatever. But yeah, that's all that is. But yeah, I don't know. I've never I don't know. It's weird to talk really loud in here. Just I don't know. Maybe it's not for you, but for me, whatever.
What do you mean?
Because it's, I hear myself over, and it's oh god. Not that I don't like my voice, just that it's I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Oh God, puberty again. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah. So, whatever. We're fine. It's fine. But it has been a week for me.
I don't know. I literally lost track of time and days.
Have you?
Yeah, it's crazy. Which is honestly normal because a lot of people who are done with, in terms of school and just becoming adults and all that stuff, they typically say that, yeah, they just lose track of time and space. Because it's like, but it's not a bad thing because I'm doing something,
Yeah.
It would be
yeah.
It would be really bad if you weren't doing anything and you lost that. That means you're gone.
Well, that's what I went through when I first. Oh, and this is going to transition to what I want to talk about today. But that's what I went through when I first left, or when I had left high school, because I left early and it was like weird, and it was awful. That's why I'm like, wow, I'm kind of like, not like, I wouldn't say like envious, but almost like, wow, like she actually has kind of something to like look forward to right after, and where I didn't, but I had like mental illness and everything. Long road, but yeah, I mean, so that was like part of, but I needed all that time so that I could come. I needed all that time so that I could come back and, get better, so that I can, so that I'm able to like do, whatever. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so it's been a week. Not like a terrible week for me. I don't know, whatever. But, I started binge watching 13 Reasons Why, season 2. I only watched season 2. I never watched season 1, haven't read the book. And the reason that I started watching it was because you had mentioned, we were like scrolling through Netflix and I was making fun of it as I do, because I never watched it and I was like, oh, this shit's stupid, fuck this. But you had watched it and you had said that it is stupid, and we just kind of keep joking about it. But you had said that in season 2, even though you haven't watched it, you stopped after season 1. You read the book too, but you stopped after season 1. You had told me about the second season that there's like a brutal rape scene in the boys' bathroom or whatever, and I was like, oh my god, I need to see that. So that's literally the only reason that I started.
You literally might want to explain why you want to see that. Because right now it sounds terrible.
Does it?
It's like, I need to see a brutal rape scene.
No.
You're implying that either A, it happened to you, B, I'm curious about rape scenes.
I'm curious about rape scenes, especially like the actors, and like I needed to see how it happens. And I'll like get to that because that's at the very, very, very end. I know you haven't watched it, but you would mention that you've had whatever, you knew
that's
that was
everyone talks about.
Yeah, okay, whatever. So that, and I am not up on all that stuff, so I was like, oh wow, that seems amazing, I need to watch that. So I just decided to watch the whole season 2 of the fucking show. And because like I said, I literally didn't know anything about it. I just started watching it, whatever, started binge watching it, and the first, like, I promise you, this is not like a 13 Reasons Why recap show. I'm just like, this is leading into like the topic. But, oh god, do I look okay though? If I don't. Oh my god, I look terrible, dude. Wow. Do I really look like that? Yeah, it's been a week for me. God, dude, this is not okay. I look terrible. Maybe I don't. Look, I'm on the oilier side of my skin, of having whatever. Anyway, so I started binge watching the season, whatever. First few episodes were absolute trash, and then it like kind of got really interesting, and the whole season is like really stupid. But there are some great. There are like a few parts that I do remember because, well, I mean, of course I remember them. I remember everything that happened, but there were a few parts in the show that were like actually important and actually like kind of were like meaningful to the actual to the characters, and it's not just like the stupid bullshit that they write for whatever the story. So there were a few parts that were great, even though most of the season was terrible, really, really terrible. At least like, I don't know, I did tell you like some of that, but I hadn't finished. When I was talking to you about how I felt about it, that was before I like finished watching it. I like finished watching it like yesterday or the day before. But anyway, so the few parts that did stick out because they were like, they did actually matter and like did portray like real things that actually happen with people. That stuff, some of it, dealt with mental illness and mental health and everything. And I know that that's like a big theme in the show, whatever. But they actually, and those parts were fantastic. They were incredible, amazing. Those parts were, but the rest of it was really like, it's just crazy how one show can have like some really like incredible parts, and then just absolute like the weight of the trash just like weighs it down overall. And so that's like whatever, but it doesn't matter to Selena Gomez because she's still getting her money, whatever. But the parts that were actually important were talked about, were dealing with mental illness, and because obviously every character in that show in my opinion is, first of all, just kind of unlikable, but that's just the writing. But fuck that. But the actual characters, all of them are very sick and very much not okay at all. And I think that's like, I think it's like accurate, but like to real life kind of, but like not really though, because my high school experience was nothing like that at all.
No one's high school experience was like that.
Not at all. Not at all.
Like, what? That was just too much. Literally, no one's high school was like that.
Not at all.
Like, that was too much.
100%.
None of that should have happened. None of it could possibly happen.
No.
Especially with this day and age. Like, all the security schools has now.
Well, yeah, okay, that's true.
They know what's happening on the internet. Everyone in in the 13 Reasons Why, I forgot the name of the school, they just seem so clueless. Like, none of that makes any sense. No one's freaking high school was like that.
No, not at all. I literally...
But it's crazy because it kind of teaches you that it will be like that. A lot of TVs and movies do that, and you get to high school and you're realizing, like, no, that's not what's happening right now.
I agree with you. I'm just... And I that's what I'm like trying to say. It's just that I'm talking like the actual characters. I think that these things do happen, just not to the extent of what the show makes it seem.
I mean, obviously, like certain small things. Well, not small things.
Well,
but like they just put too much in.
Yeah, no, they way overdid it. But I mean, it's. At the end of the day, I guess what they made is popular, and that's what I guess is what people talk about. But I'm not saying that that's what it is for me. I'm just saying that that's for other people what it.
But what they did was turn it into like a money thing.
Yeah, 100%.
At the beginning, it wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be like this guy, the author of the book, Jay Ashers, is supposed to be his just to show you, for the people who can't put all the pictures and stuff in their heads while just reading the book, they're bringing it to life for the people who don't want to read the book.
Yeah.
And it was like that, but it also have read the book. There was different things, like one of the characters' names were changed, all that stuff. But it's so stupid. I don't know.
No, it is ridiculously stupid, and it's like outrageous and like unnecessary. So unnecessary. 100%. I'm just saying that the actual characters, all of what.
No, go. I'm still laughing at the fact that they're just like this quote unquote Hannah Baker is still alive.
Yeah, no.
She's back better than ever.
Okay, I'm telling
but she's dead.
I don't want to get too into it because, like I said, this is not a fucking 13 Reasons Why recap show, but I have to tell you, the second season, that was the dumbest part of the end. That's really what brought a lot of it down. And I don't know, and I think that her being in the flashbacks is necessary and important for the story, but otherwise it is completely purposeless. It is awful. But the actual characters who are, everyone else, all of them are mentally ill, and what sucks is that the show does deal with, one of the topics from the story in that show and between the characters and everything, a huge part of it is mental illness, but it's like none of the characters are really aware of that. And that's what really confuses me. It's like, why would you make a show that deals with mental illness with young people, but the characters are like so like not even into it with themselves. Like it's like they're all trying to rescue each other, but they can't rescue themselves. And it makes
it's also not. It seems like they're all just trying to get away from each other, if anything, because they're all hurting each other in one way or another.
Well, yeah, but that's what
I don't think they're trying to rescue each other. Literally, I've seen like bits and pieces of season 2, and it's these boys, the rapist friends, trying to kill Clay. Literally, I don't think that's trying to rescue him. I think that's literally like they're all just trying to get rid of each other.
No, I'm talking within the groups of.
They're groups too.
Look, whatever. That's not what my point is. Okay, whatever. I forgot my point. I don't remember. I think I said it. Whatever. Anyway, so my point was kind of like leading into. Why do I even have this? My point was leading into that like. Well, just mental health and what it's actually kind of like to manage and to live with, not like what not what like fictional stories make it out to be, or say that it is, or what it what it's like or whatever. Because, and I feel like this is like one of like the biggest things that I want us to talk about, because first of all, it's just not talked about enough in general. It's becoming more and more, but you can never like I don't know. It's just like people don't talk about this enough, but it's also going to give way like a lot of context just to like us going forward, and so that like people can understand like how we are and like why we kind of are the way that we are with some things, and like or with I guess a lot of things, because mental health is everything, and the people who deny that are just straight unaware or in denial over something that is an absolute fact. We kind of talked about it like a little bit last week, but we didn't really get into it because I kind of wanted to like do it more this week. But yeah, I really want to talk about mental health and like what mental illness and everything, because both of us struggle with mental illnesses, and it's nothing bad, because it's like it's a normal thing that affects way more people than anyone even realizes. But like I said last week, like everyone gets physically sick. Like, do you not think also that people get mentally or emotionally sick? Like, it's a normal thing that happens. So I have anxiety and I have OCD, and I've been diagnosed. I got diagnosed like last year, but I mean, I was struggling forever, for honestly my whole life, and it's just when it got really, really bad, I needed help, as you would with a physical illness, I have Crohn's disease, and when that was really bad, I think I had it for longer than like when I was just diagnosed, but when it got really bad, I needed help. I needed to get better. So it's the same thing. Just, I think that's what you said like last week. Like if you go to a doctor for something that's wrong with you physically, then wouldn't you, like, it's the same thing to go to someone who can, who specializes in helping you get better with anything mentally. So it's like, it's the same thing. So I know that some people, there's still that stigma, but I mean, it's ridiculous. But I guess people are taught that, so I don't know, you can't really like blame them, but it's stupid. Like, that's not even really worth even talking about, because it, like, if you're not here for that, then you're like, then that's that. Like, it doesn't matter. But no, so I have anxiety and I have OCD, and I've had it for all my life. I know I've had OCD since, I don't know if it's been all my life, but I remember having when I was young, and this develops at a young age too. I'm gonna we're gonna talk about you as well. I'm just giving like what I have, and then we can, because obviously it's whatever. But when I was young, I started having thoughts and compulsive behaviors and everything. Like, there's so much to OCD that people don't even know. But because it's a whole separate mental illness. It's caused, behind it is anxiety, but OCD is its own thing. But I've had it for all my life, but until it got really bad is when I needed to start getting better and getting help, in the same way that when I was diagnosed with, Crohn's disease, which for those who don't know is, it affects your whole immune system. Some people, I don't have it severely. Some people do. If you don't treat it, it can kill you if you have it severely. It's basically where, like, if you're really, really bad, it's kind of like having like a bad stomach flu that won't go away, and your body just rejects all food because it's like, because the inflammation, it's like it rejects it and it thinks it's like poison, and so you just are very like deficient of everything, and you slowly are like dying. I know it's like sounds dramatic, but that's if it's like really, really, really bad. Which I guess I did have it kind of bad when I was diagnosed. Like, I was entering middle school weighing 40 pounds. Like, that's not okay, obviously.
Definitely not okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm saying
then again, my mom was like, never mind.
Oh. Well, anyway, so my point is that it's the same thing when something flares up. When any kind of problem flares up is when you need to get help. So that's my point. I'm not, and like, I need to say this because me and you, we are not looking for any kind of sympathy at all.
Of course not.
Or like pity or anything like that whatsoever. Sympathy doesn't do anything. Compassion will. I just want understanding. I don't want anyone to feel anything. I just want people to understand and to, that's all. That is all that I want. So I am not trying to act like this is, I guess that there are, and this is like an immature thing too, but the people who act like they're like try to compare or compete whose struggles the most, like, that shit is ridiculous.
So stupid.
Like, that's a very immature, like, not okay thing. That's like a whole, you like, that's some separate shit that you got to deal with. But no, whatever. Anyway, so that's literally, we're just trying to talk about what, real stuff that is actually just helping to understand, for other people. That's all. But anyway, where was I going? So just get help when it is bad, no matter what it is. That's literally the best that you need, for yourself, with anything.
Yep.
But yeah, okay, so I have anxiety, I have OCD. I'm Brett, I have anxiety.
Hi, Brett. What brings you to this? Hello. That's funny.
All right, we can talk about, what are your struggles? Oh my God, I look.
My struggle is everything, everything and anything. No.
Okay, and hang on, I'm so sorry. Before you, I honestly, maybe this is not true. Maybe it is true. I also think I have like I think I have body dysmorphia, to be honest. That's not diagnosed. I'm just saying that
I just think I have this.
I mean, you don't have to be diagnosed to know that something's wrong with you. I'm just saying that, like, from just my behavior.
It also just might be your anxiety, if I'm being honest.
Isn't that what body dysmorphia comes from? Just like anything else, like OCD or
it's
anything?
It's like so.
Okay, so yeah, we're talking about
It's a great app that you can download.
What?
There's an app called and it's like a video chat thing.
Yeah, I know.
But it's one way, So
yeah.
So I made that joke.
I know.
Because you said
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh my God, I'm gonna get a cramp.
Hello, my name is I have depression. That's crazy because I joke about depression a lot, but people that's crazy because then people automatically assume that I'm not depressed. So if they find out I am, they're so confused. And honestly, maybe that's my fault because I make too many jokes.
Yeah, but you have to be able to joke about it.
You really do. Okay, so I have a depression, anxiety, insomnia, and I'm bipolar. But I think I'm gonna count my insomnia comes directly from my depression, anxiety, and stress, which is from that.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, insomnia is something that can easily be stopped. I just have to calm some things down.
Yeah.
So I'm not even gonna count that.
And I know that, like, some people might think, like, maybe, like, some actual, like, some crazy people out there might think, like, oh my God, like, you guys are, like, crazy. Why are you together? Like, or whatever. Like, why, you both have, no.
You guys are crazy. You're trying to murder each other. Maybe. Sometimes.
Maybe. There are moments.
Fight to the death.
No, there are moments, and that's not even mental illness. That's just our personalities. So that's not even that. But no, I think there's like this. There's definitely this, like, I don't know what to call it, stigma, stereotype, judgment that, like, young people who have mental illness and they're like any kind of relationship at all, then they're like they're not gonna last or whatever, that kind of. And the thing is that we've been friends for a few years now, and we've been through it all, and there's been so much that, I mean, there's been multiple periods of time where we didn't talk to each other, and there was hurt, and it was not, but you have to go through all that in order to become better. But it was like individually we both were terrible, so together we were terrible. But now individually we're better, so now together we're better. And that's literally what it is. So don't tell me that, like, some bullshit that, like, don't even think that, because that is not at all true whatsoever. Like, it has been a road.
It has been a journey, a flight.
Yes. So
a travel into space.
So it is not like, just these young people who think that they're whatever. No, like, it has been a lot of work. I mean, just kind of like anything else, but, like, no, it has been. So yeah, no, don't even whatever. But yeah, okay. So me having anxiety and you having anxiety, we both understand that in each other, and we both, like, kind of help each other, like, understand more and, like, kind of, like, heal. And, like, because it's like you have compassion for me, I have compassion for you, and we both understand, like, what it is and how it feels and what you're able to do when whatever is happening. So, like, we both understand what it is like and how much you can't help it with anxiety. And I don't have depression. I don't. I mean, and here's the thing, is that every human being gets anxious, every human being gets depressed, but having depression or having anxiety 180 degrees from each other. Like, so I don't have depression, but I do, I'm not saying that I do, but I can understand how much it weighs, to say the least, how much it weighs down, and how it's not about being sad, it's about
not putting time into living.
Right, yeah. It's like you're out of touch with yourself.
Yeah, you lose your ability to be quote unquote human.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what that is. You just don't feel the need to go and do things,
Mm-hmm.
basic human things that would be considered normal.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what that is.
Yeah. So, like, for you, what came first, anxiety or depression?
Depression.
Did it?
Actually, no. I had anxiety first. I had social anxiety to the max first.
Well, social anxiety is a side effect of anxiety. Yeah.
But like I'm saying, it was social anxiety that really caught the attention.
Okay.
And that's when I got a teacher or a mentor for that.
Oh.
Social anxiety, but that helped me with like that type of stuff. But like then depression came slowly after. Yeah. So anxiety came before my depression.
Oh, okay.
I just think that, I don't know. Cause like my family, they could understand anxiety before depression, because they didn't find it necessary or possible that I was so sad or like having those like thoughts. They just didn't see that happening, considering I had like everything a normal family would, and some people who don't have. So they didn't see it.
So
possible.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Because
to them, they were like, "You're supposed to be happy right now." So obviously, you don't have depression. Like
because you have all this, so you're happy.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah.
But with anxiety, they can see that because they just assume like I'm just not confident. So that's what they took. That's what they took that as. So that's what they try to help me with confidence.
Okay.
That's it. So that's what. Yeah.
That's it, though.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
No, you don't have depression. You're good. You have everything.
What do you mean? Look at this amazing family. I'm like, okay.
That shit is ridiculous.
It's so stupid.
No. These, these are real mental illnesses that are physiological, that affect how you actually function, and for people to dismiss that or to not understand or to be ignorant, that just makes that doesn't make you feel any better to be around people who are like that at all whatsoever. People who bring you down, for just in general, but also for something that not only do they not understand this to begin with, but something that you can't even help. That's cruel. That's hurtful. That's an attack, Like, imagine, like, someone breaking their legs and you're just like, get up, walk, you're fine. Yeah.
You can walk.
That's literally...
What do you do? Go run. Like, go jump up and down. Like, you're fine. Brush it off. It's
actually the same exact thing.
Just imagine.
Like, it literally is the same exact thing. But I'm glad that the world is now getting to this, and that they are, many people are now understanding that these are real issues. They always have been, and it's just, until this past decade that things are finally coming to light and people are becoming, speaking out about these things, and that spreads a lot of awareness and understanding and a lot of healing for people, because they're, they see someone who talks about the struggle and and what it's like and how hard it is, and it's like, wow, I'm not the only one, so I'm not crazy, I'm normal. This is normal because it happens to other people. I'm not crazy, it's not me. I'm totally okay.
I just think it's this word normal that's really like messing with people, and anyone with mental issues. They're just like, I need to be normal. Normal is this where I'm trying to get. Normal does not exist.
No.
It doesn't.
No.
It's impossible. There's too many different countries and cultures for it to be normal.
100%.
Normal just does not exist, and I think people need to realize that.
Yeah, but no matter what culture or country, mental illness affects can affect anyone.
Of course, it affects every human being.
Yes, exactly. So
even animals.
100%. You see, like a depressed dog or an anxious cat, they have anxiety, they have depression, they're whatever it is that they're dealing with is that's real for them too. So
serious trauma.
it really, really is. So it's like it's the same. Yeah, it's the same thing. Like, so, you know, for people to dismiss it off as it's not, like, that's actually crazy. But no, like normal, I'm talking like normal, like people who normalize the problem, or the, you know, the struggle, and what it's really like to actually live, and how it affects you in your life, and how you do things. Like people who talk about that really normalizes that for other people, so then they don't feel like they're crazy. They understand that, oh, they're not alone, so I'm not the only one, so I'm not crazy, I'm fine. Like, I mean, it's not that you're totally, you know, it's not obviously the issues, but it's like the issues are normal to have. Like, it's okay. Like, it's a normal thing that happens. Like, because I remember earlier in our, no, oh my god, I need to like get comfortable. Okay. This is not comfortable. Never mind. Okay. That's even less comfortable. All right. So earlier in our like friendship, I remember you telling me, and this was like before I had like started seeing my therapist and getting, you know, these things handled and you know, better. You know, when I was really struggling with OCD, but I almost like didn't even really admit it to myself, because it was like, that's not something that like I should be like, that's not me. That was like that kind of thing for me, but I was like still very much going through all of it, and it was the hardest thing. But I remember you telling me, like, you know, when we were talking about like our issues, you know, you telling me like, dude, like your stuff is normal, like, and you were like, you were like, I'm the one who's crazy. And I'm like, wait, what are you talking about?
Crazy.
Because like you talk about like how you have insomnia, and so you don't sleep, and you have depression, so you're just in that very like negative space, you know, in yourself, and
my
you
dark cave.
Yeah, so you talk about like having really, really dark thoughts and that kind of thing, and so, and we're like to the point where you had said like that's not even normal for you, when you were telling me that my stuff is like more normal and that kind of thing, which helped me. But I was like, man, I wish that like you didn't feel that way about yourself though, back then. I mean, like, what do you think?
Myself are very extreme. I just find it insane of how I have all these mental issues, but then knowing my past and all that stuff, it makes sense and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just because you didn't have depression, and I think depression is a crazy thing. I think depression really is like a very like a really terrible thing to have. I'm not trying to knock anyone's mental issues. Everyone matters, and everyone is just as important. To me, at that time, I just felt like since you didn't have depression, I had it, and I was still trying to like get like a hold of it, and I couldn't. So it was just one of those things where I was just like, nah, mine's just crazy. Because
you didn't see anyone else who was.
Yeah, I wasn't around anyone who had depression. It was either anxiety or nothing at all.
Mm-hmm. Shouts out to the people who have nothing at all.
Nothing. Honestly, I'm very part of the minority on every single thing.
Aren't you though?
Like, I can't see. I'm also in the percentage of everyone who has to get glasses or contacts because they're blind. Shout out to those people who can see without any of that. That's crazy. There's a lot of crazy minorities that I am in.
Well, we're both left-handed, but left-handed is, I guess,
11%.
Technically one.
A good old 11%. It's probably higher now. Probably not, honestly.
You really are in so many minorities, though. Honestly, like in every minority.
Every single one. Got it.
I mean that in like a good way, in like the best way, but I'm like, that's honestly.
I have no respect.
That is actually kind of crazy. Not in a bad way, but like, that's like, wow.
Yeah. It's all good. The world
Yeah.
is slowly changing.
Exactly.
Actually, it's actually changing really fast.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, it actually is.
Yeah, no.
Coming really fast. A lot of things are coming really fast.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell at this time.
It is. Like, because it's exciting, but that turns into just pure, like, panic for me.
We're not old enough to experience it yet, so.
What do you mean?
Like, you gotta get out there. California. You just gotta get out there in the world and see all the changes. We're not really seeing anything right now. More so just hearing about it.
Well, but that's like everywhere though with the internet. That's everything, because you don't have to. You can live anywhere now.
Yeah,
with the internet.
I know. I'm just saying though.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like, it is different when you expose yourself to it, but you're not actually experiencing. It's completely different. It is 100, and just like with anything, when you see someone do something and you're like, oh, I want to do that, which is good, but then you actually do it and you're like, holy shit, this feels so different from when I was just sitting there and watching them do it, and now I'm doing it, and it's like, it feels completely different, and like scary and hard and different and weird and uncomfortable. Like, that's with anything. That was just kind of a general thing. But yeah, like, I was a while ago talking like with my mom about, she was like asking me about anxiety and OCD, which is really cool because, like, you know, that's cool that she understands these things. I feel like for the longest time she never did, but neither did I, so like whatever. But she was asking me, she was like, so what's worse, the anxiety or the OCD? And I'm like, the anxiety, because the anxiety is behind the OCD. And she was like, oh, so OCD is like a side effect of anxiety. And I'm like, exactly. Which is, you know, like insomnia, or is PTSD from depression or anxiety? I think
that's for a traumatic event that happens, and then anything that relates to that triggers your PTSD.
But yeah, it's just so, like, things that are, I don't know, but everything really does kind of come back to anxiety or depression, because that's just what is behind. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said though, it is tricky, because people who say that they have anxiety or have depression and they actually don't, they just for a time or for whatever.
For one day, I forgot to get breakfast this morning. Man, am I so depressed.
I must be so depressed.
I'm so depressed.
I'm falling.
This one girl in my class kept saying that.
Really?
Like, not even every day. She'll be like, man, I didn't have coffee this morning from Starbucks. I am so depressed, guys. I'm like...
Are you fucking kidding?
She literally did that, and she was some stupid freshman, though. So I was like, oh my god. You're just not gonna make it. I'm like, you're not.
No, not at all.
You're not cut out for this. Or it's probably gonna hit you hard. I don't know. People, but like, it wouldn't even matter like what grade you're in. Like, people would still do that. Not really. I didn't hear that much from seniors though. I feel like a lot of seniors were also very aware that they had some mental issues, and they were just like also trying to fix that. Yeah. So I didn't hear seniors like joking about the whole thing. Obviously, the mature ones that never wanted to grow up.
Wait, the what?
The immature ones where they just like never want to grow up and just be just complete.
Fuck those people.
Like, ugh, I hate those.
I fucking can't. like
it really kills me, those people. I'm like, where are you going?
That's what I'm saying. That's
like where do you plan on going?
Like, how are you gonna fucking do anything if you're not like there?
Like, literally, those people, I still have to this day no idea how they graduated.
I just don't
know. Or how they were gonna get anywhere. I'm like, where do you plan on going right now?
You could not.
Like, you just wasted your whole time.
Oh my god.
Doing nothing.
You could not say it enough. Like, honestly, that is like, I can't with those people.
Those people honestly give me hope in myself. Because it's like, these people are not trying, and they're not gonna get anywhere. So if I try, that means automatically I'm gonna get somewhere. I can't be any worse than them.
Yes.
Like, there's no way that I will allow myself to be as bad as they are.
Yes. And that is something that that line between like using that to like understand, like have more perspective, like that's good and that's healthy, I think. But then I feel like the other side of that is like when you're also comparing yourself to other people who you think are better, and you're like, then you feel just worse about yourself. I feel like that's like, for me at least, that's like where anxiety, some part of my anxiety will come, will trigger from that. But that's not what my anxiety is. My anxiety is all over.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, really, but I'm just saying that like, that is something that does kind of also, for me, like that line between, looking at someone and you're like, all right, like, and this probably sounds terrible and negative, but I'm not sure. It's like when you actually know that you're not, like, you are better than them. And I mean that not in like a narcissistic, terrible way. I mean that in like a good, like, healthy, like, perspective for yourself kind of way. But then there's also that other line, or that other side of it, where you're like comparing yourself to other people who you think have more than you, or have a better life, or don't struggle as much, or are just all around have everything that you don't. Like, that shit is where that other side of that gets really, really, you get in that, it's a dark.
My anxiety, my anxiety used to be just everything, every little thing, but now I have it where my anxiety only triggers when I'm doing things alone.
Really?
Yeah, that's when it really triggers me, when I'm just alone.
Honestly.
And like doing things. But if if I'm around people I know, I use their energy and just their thing to give myself confidence to do things, which is why I'm so confident when I'm around people I know doing things, because I have it. That's how I control my anxiety.
Yeah.
Because now I have like these people around me no matter what. And but if no one's there and it's just me, that's when my anxiety can get me, because I can't feed off anyone.
Yeah. I kind of like raised an eyebrow when you said that, but then I was like, wait, no, that's actually me, because that's like when I'm alone in my own space, that's when those feelings and those thoughts rush in, and that's when I have the time to do it. But when I'm with other people, there's just not really like, it's just not there, because you're just in it, and it kind of brings you more into like the moment.
Because like you need at least like one person you know for a fact has your back to do things, like, because you need to at least know that one person is like at least paying attention and like here for it. If you don't, it's kind of hard, because then you have to look around, you have to find something or someone who like cares and all that stuff, and that can be quite difficult, because like reading people sometimes can be quite difficult. And if you find that one negative person out of everyone can be positive, but if you don't know anyone in there, you won't know that everyone's being positive. You will only notice that one negative person, and that one negative person will control you, whether they want to or not, but will control your anxiety and all that the whole time. So that's why you gotta have people with you.
Are we that for each other?
I would say so.
Having each other's backs?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I feel that, and it's almost like between you and me, like it's just like a without question kind of thing. But my anxiety, because I've been abandoned by everyone throughout my life, you know, like I have that anxiety where it's like, oh my God, they don't support me, they don't have, you know, they're not in on this with me, they're not, it doesn't matter who they are, how well I trust them, it's like, oh my God, like they're just gonna leave, they're not gonna follow through, they don't like me, they're not here long term for me, they're just saying this. And I know that like that's completely false and not true and irrational for me to think, but like when you've kind of been like traumatized throughout your entire life by people leaving you or not being there for you, like that's the fear that is like ingrained in you, and that's what I'm like, that's like some deep shit that like I used to be like really, like when I was a little kid, I used to be like the clingiest person ever, and I'm not that anymore. So I guess that like I understand like that's, and I think that you've helped me with that a lot, is like the boundaries and everything, and that's just come with like us having struggled with mental illnesses and everything, and not being there, that kind of thing. That's really helped me. But that's, anyway, whatever. But no, just like, you know, anyway, that's something that I'm kind of, but yeah, no, like the whole, I agree with you that it is like, because I don't know, we just, whatever. But I do have that, you know, the anxiety of like with you, and it's not even about you, it's me, like, you know, oh, she's not, you know, she's just gonna pop off and leave.
Gotta go. You gotta go forever.
Yeah, like even though like I know that you have my back, and you know hopefully that I have your back, I mean, I'm someone like, look, I'm a Cancer, I need like reassurance, and I don't know like what that is or like why, but like it's something that I struggle with, It really, really is. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Cancer I struggle with these things, because that's what I am. I'm saying that that's like something that I genuinely, that people often who are Cancers talk about, but I'm just saying that that's like something that I need, so that I'm like, to just, so that I know that like it is all good, you know, for me and everything. But yeah, no, I mean, there is that fear for me of like, oh, she's just not in it.
Nah, that's not who I am.
Right.
I'm typically never the person to leave a person for
Right.
no reason.
Uh-huh.
Especially once I accepted you into my circle.
Right.
I think I'm never the type of person.
Because that is a very tight...
It's a very small circle.
Uh-huh.
Very small circle of people. Some people are hanging out the circle as we speak.
Right. Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, you wouldn't be in my circle if I didn't trust you or plan on letting you stay in my life, honestly. That's just how I am.
Yeah.
I have family members that are not even in my circle.
Oh, yeah,
I
exactly.
have a lot of family that's not in my circle.
Me too. But I think that's just like how families are, though.
I mean, you always find that one person in your family.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have that one person in my family who is shipped away.
God.
Not really shipped away, he's just living his army life.
Okay, sorry. But yeah, no, I understand what you mean. Yeah. So like, what are, I mean, I guess either of us can go first, but like...
I just saw a bird splash into the water, and I thought that was really funny. Because that definitely was not meant to happen. Just...
You see a lot of stuff around here. So like, who should like talk about this kind of thing? Because I really, for me, and for the people who do have OCD or want to hear more about it, or, you know, for what it actually is, I want to talk a little bit about that. But I also, like, you know, if you know, I want you to like talk about what it's actually, you know, how it actually is having, I mean, I guess like, okay, first of all, is there a difference between bipolar and bipolar depression? Because you're bipolar and you have depression, so does that just mean that you have
Honestly,
bipolar depression?
pretty much.
Okay.
But I had depression before bipolar.
Did you?
I found out I had depression before I found out I was bipolar.
Oh, that's so interesting. So you know what? If I talk about OCD, should you talk about insomnia? Because those are the two things that we don't.
I mean, insomnia is quick and simple. It's the ability to not sleep for the normal amount of hours that a human body is supposed to take, or just not sleeping at all. It's either like you get less sleep or you don't sleep at all. And it's just caused by depression and lots of stress in that situation.
But there are nights like where you like have been up for 24 hours straight.
Yeah, the human body can only take 3 days of no sleep, and after that you're just slowly, I don't know,
You start shutting down.
yeah, you definitely start shutting down and you start going crazy.
Yeah.
The crazy that's not mental issues, the crazy that's just like everything is gone.
Yeah.
I definitely went 3 days without sleep one time.
You did?
But I was on the road, so I was traveling to places. Is when that happened. That typically, when I'm traveling places, that's when I like usually get no sleep. That's when I usually just like don't sleep at all, because I want to see everything mixed with like just like a crazy amount of like I'm not comfortable where I'm at right at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all that. So I definitely went 3 days and it's crazy.
But like, how are you able to stand when you like even stand and like do something when you haven't slept? Like, don't you feel like you've been ran over by like a semi truck?
I literally feel like a bus hit me and then a plane. I literally feel like my body I literally feel like a rag doll. Like there's those ragdoll games where you can click and like drag, and I literally feel like that. I feel like I have no control over anything, and I'm just like a walking zombie, and I'm just like, okay, guys.
Does that make it hard to focus on things?
Yes, like literally, it really messes with your like eyesight and everything. Because I could be looking at something and like out of nowhere things would just go like completely blurry, even with my glasses on, which is not supposed to happen.
No.
So things would just like go out of focus. It literally feels like someone's just taking my eyes and like focusing them and then not. And I'm just like so confused where I'm at. I probably won't say a thing. Like I barely will get words out of my mouth. It's not okay.
That's wow.
Yeah, and those days, typically, my parents would leave me in the hotel to, like, so I can, like, try somehow to get some sleep and just rest when they know I have been up for a long time.
But they know that...
Yeah, my parents know I have insomnia, and they
understand?
know that. Yeah.
Okay. Because for a while, I just thought that they, like, didn't really care.
Nah, they know.
Oh, okay. But, like, insomnia, paired with, like, depression and anxiety, you said there was a time when you would, like, at 3 or 4 in the morning, you would see, like, a monster in your room.
Yeah, that's a typical thing.
Really?
Yeah. People, it's your brain. Your brain's against you sometimes at night.
Yeah.
And it gets angry at you when you're not sleeping, even though it's its fault. And it, like, your brain is easily can manipulate things and take shadows from the dark to... put them with things you already seen in your lifetime, like even if it's on like TV shows or something like that, and it takes it and it forms it, because that's what your brain can do. It's like, especially if like, I don't know if it has like, I don't know, it's like a weird thing. So like obviously when you're awake at this time and it's like dark, you can see shadows and like you see all this stuff that's going on, but like none of it's real, because your brain is just trying to, I'm assuming it's trying to cope with things of while you're not sleeping. And it's like, so it puts, especially if I'm not really doing anything when I can't sleep, so my brain is just like, I guess, making up the time by trying to scare me to death. There's that. Or, like, it's like that weird thing. Or it's either like, it doesn't happen all the time, though, when you do that. It doesn't. It's just like every so often it will happen. You kind of just get used to it. You just blink a couple times and it'll go away. And then you just continue.
That's like when you were talking about that, was like stressing me out. Just because like that's intense to like have to handle or to, you know, to deal with. Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm used to it. It's fine.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's like, it's crazy because it's like you don't sleep hardly, and really for me the only time that like I'm not, actually I shouldn't even say not stressed out, because like I have like anxiety dreams. Like I'm like stressed out in my sleep still, but the only time where like I really feel like I don't really have any OCD anything is when I'm asleep. Like that's the only like real time when I'm not, when nothing is affecting or bothering me or whatever. And it's like most of the stuff I can handle, but it's like a lot of the stuff just, I get so stressed out and overworked and overwhelmed over things. And that's why with anxiety or with OCD, you can only handle so much, because your energy just like gets depleted so much faster, because your brain is running so much quicker and processing too much, and it like gets too overwhelming. And so that's like, it's hard. It is so hard to live like, with that.
And with depression, you just wake up with like a quarter of a bar
of battery.
Of energy. The batteries, like you just wake up with half, and it just goes down and down.
Wow. And
continues throughout the day, and it doesn't read. Like there's gonna be a time, like when I'm just chilling with you and like sitting on the couch, my energy can like, because I'm resting and nothing's really happening right now, it can go up, but like my bar is never at 100.
Really?
I always wake up with either like a quarter or half or 0 now.
Well, and that's the thing with like bipolar, is because you have your highs and then your lows, and so there are times where you act a lot more into something or hyped or something, like really, and that's like, and then you have to really just like take a day or two to like get yourself together.
Yeah.
And that's like what I'm like, you know, I understand that, and that's why we have good boundaries, and that's why we are continually, you know, trying to get better with that, because like if we're together and you're at a low, you are like, it is not okay.
No,
It is not pleasant to be together when you're like that. And I'm not judging you or like trying to blame or make you feel bad. I'm just saying that like, just for the whole, everything, it's just not good for either, because it's just, you'll act like mean and harsh, and I know you don't mean it, but like it's just what it happens, and then I am affected by it, and then I get upset, and it's like not okay. It's not good. But that's when like the boundaries and everything, and you take care of you and I take care of me, and then we'll, but it's like we work it out though, and it's like, our relationship is, I mean, obviously you're done with school now, so like obviously we have the freedom to do whatever, whenever, but like our relationship is quality above quantity. Why would you want to have a relationship that's quantity over quality? Like, you're gonna get sick of, that's not gonna last.
Nobody wants that.
No, so yeah,
300p. Everybody wants that. 1080.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like with OCD, there's a lot to OCD that people don't understand. It's not just looking over your shoulder and checking something. It is not that at all.
I do want to say though, we're not experts at this. We don't really know the psychological things behind it. We're just telling you what it is from our perspective, and like how we feel about it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something that people can't talk about enough. Who are actually coming from their intentions are really. But also, I think that's like, I do want to say also that like if like she ever seems like uninterested, it's because she hasn't slept and she has depression. If I seem like I'm like freaking out, it's because I have anxiety and it's really intense for me. So it's like, that's what that is. It's not that we don't want to be here or that we're weird or awkward.
We're working for the government and they're forcing us to do this. Help, send help. Blink twice. The government. Nah.
But yeah, I do. Yeah. No, hello. But yeah. So with OCD, it is not just like checking over your shoulder, or it's not that at all. Like, and I have a few different types of OCD. I have multiple. So I have contamination OCD. I have symmetry OCD. I have just right OCD. I have a little bit of harm OCD. So harm, I said just right, symmetry, and contamination. I think hygiene OCD, hygiene OCD, that might be with contamination OCD. Those contamination OCD and hygiene OCD are similar, but I think that they're different though. Because like a lot of my anxiety and OCD is through with my hygiene and like my taking care of myself, and like those are all rituals for me, and everything with like hygiene. But contamination OCD is where like, I will use a paper towel to open up a door because I fear about touching the doorknob, or I'll use a Q-tip to turn on a light switch because I'm afraid of touching the light switch. I'm afraid that certain things are contaminated, and if that gets on my body, then that just ruins. Even if I just wash my hands, that ruins it completely. That's contamination OCD. Just right OCD is like, it's close. It's similar to symmetry OCD. Just right OCD is where you do something until it feels just right, even if it's like a mental ritual that doesn't affect anything at all. I struggle with that so much. It's really, really, like, it's hard. It's like debilitating. It's really hard. Just right OCD. And symmetry OCD, oof. That was a weak oof. But oof. Symmetry OCD is like such a difficult thing to live with, because it's every single thing has to be the same. Even if it's just in your head, like I said, it's a mental ritual. You have to do it until it's just right, which is just right, but like symmetrical, like both. Like you do something once on whatever, you do something again, and that is like some hard shit that I am like having had to like deal with. But I've been in therapy since last fall, end of last summer, so it's been kind of almost a year, but not quite. But so like the end of last summer is when I first like started getting Since then, my life has changed. And I've gotten so much better. I almost feel like it's like scary to say that like I use a paper towel to open up door, like to touch doorknobs, or I use Q-tips. But like there's even like more things. I don't know if I'm like quite comfortable. Just not that it's bad. It's just that like I don't know. Maybe not. If I feel whatever. But oh yeah, so since being in a therapy and all of the really, really, really hard work that I've done to get better at these things, so that I'm down to more reasonable, it's a reasonable time to do these things, and instead of making them something that I do for a long period of time every so often, it's more of a frequent thing that I do for less time. That's like a really huge thing of what it is. And it's called, I think it's called exposure prevention response therapy, is one of the methods used to treat OCD, and that's really changed my life as well as just working on myself and getting better. But it's a struggle. Anxiety is always never the same. It doesn't matter how many times you do something, anxiety will convince you. You were wrong. Yeah.
Try again.
Yeah, exactly. Or things are they seem overwhelming and intense, and like it feels like doom. For me, that's what anxiety feels like. That's what's really hard. But the OCD is always changing. That's just the nature of OCD. So something that I tackled or handled or got or fixed, even whatever, I don't even, if that's what people think, like it can come back, and it can, it's the same with like a physical illness. Like when I first, like I think I mentioned earlier, of Crohn's disease, when I was first diagnosed and I had a flare up when I was entering middle school weighing 40 pounds, I got better over the next few years, and I was great. I was in great health. I was like as if I didn't even have it. And then
my brother's entering middle school 100 and something pounds.
Your brother, who's entering middle school, weighs more than me.
Yeah, possibly.
And I'm 18, almost 19, and he's entering middle school. That's crazy. Well, I mean, but I have Crohn's. But so after the few years of like being in almost seemingly like perfect health, I had another flare up. And it was really bad, and that's when anxiety really, and that's the thing with Crohn's disease. This is a whole double thing too with Crohn's disease, is that anxiety and stress really, 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 really affect that. And so that like kind of brings out these things, the stress levels and the anxiety. So it's not easy at all. I've been struggling with that a lot lately, with like physically not feeling great, because mentally I'm like so blah, like just all over the place and stressed out. That stuff really affects me physically too. It's actually crazy how much your mental health affects your physical health.
Yeah, well, because your brain.
Exactly.
Your brain's controlling your physical health too.
100%. But yeah.
So once you go after the main source, everything else just slowly starts to fall.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. But yeah, like with OCD and with anything, like I said, it's always changing, it's always morphing, it's always getting better in some parts and getting worse in other parts. But I don't know. That's why I'm glad. And obviously, we're nothing close to an expert or someone who actually knows anything. But just from our experience of what it is actually like having it and dealing and having to live with it,
mm-hmm.
It's like
for about 7 years now.
It's a very real.
Almost 8 years. It will be 8 years when I turn 8.
Mm-hmm.
When I turn 8. When I turn 18.
I mean, when you have an illness and you are like working to get better, like that's when you can talk about it. If you just don't, then if you don't even understand it, then you can't even talk about it anyway. But Someone who's an expert might not even have really fully understand. So it's like, you know.
I mean, I would assume they would because they did the testing and all that stuff for it, though. We're definitely experts compared to people who don't have it and don't study it.
Yeah.
So, like, just typical people.
Yeah, you're right.
But to the psychologists and all those people who actually study all that stuff, they're experts compared to us because they actually figured it out and all the stuff what's actually going in here. Yeah. Which is I like learn about my mental illnesses. I already took that time to do all of that because I was curious about it, and I actually did the research on it and all that stuff. So I'm into psychology. I have always been into psychology, I feel.
Oh my god.
Because psychology just goes a long way, and I freaking love it.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you on that. I totally agree with you on everything.
So we're experts compared to the typical human being who don't have mental issues.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's people who actually studied the issues. So
right.
Just like how it's the whole doctor thing. Doctors obviously are experts too, because they know what happened and they know how to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
But the people who actually has the injuries are experts to the people who don't and never had it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like that.
Yeah, but there are doctors who like aren't the most helpful though.
Those people suck, and they're just trying to do it for a quick paycheck.
Probably, yeah. And that's what's really tragic. Because why would you want to help someone with...
Like, why would you sign up? You definitely went to school for this, and you don't even care.
Right.
Like, you actually took the time to get the degree, which takes so long for you just to not care.
That shit is insane.
How does that happen?
How does that happen?
Like, that's not okay.
Not at all.
Like, the ones who are therapists, not the actual surgeons or whatever, because they obviously have to care. You're gonna kill someone.
Yeah.
But like actual therapists who just sit there and be like, whatever. Like imagine like
who listen but don't actually care.
Yeah, like imagine a surgeon just like supposed to be operating someone, just be like, nah, I don't feel like doing this today, guys. I don't really care. Like imagine that, the outcome of that. People will be dying. And that's the same thing with people who have mental issues. You don't really care for that person who has it. Automatically they're going to be like, wow, this person who's supposed to care don't care. I am a problem. Let me get rid of myself. So that also could kill someone, and that kills me. Like who signs up for this job and just doesn't care? Like, what are you doing? Why did you spend your time doing this if you don't care?
That's like some next level fucked up shit.
That is crazy to me.
Cause yeah.
To each their own.
Yeah. And I mean, that's kind of like what you were talking about earlier, is finding the right people in your life to support you. That takes time, you know? Because you can get with anyone, but that doesn't mean that it's going to last.
Yeah, but you can typically feel if a person's right for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, if a person's worth your time, just by, like, how they, like, feel around you, their energy, emotional level. It's like a thing that you can just feel.
100.
And just a couple of words, honestly.
Yeah.
It depends on how they're talking and all this stuff. And if like you just, I say this all the time, but all my friends that I have some type of mental illness. And I don't think I did it on purpose, but I think it was when we started talking. Just to be able to laugh at these jokes and all this stuff without being offended or just like automatically know. I think that's what made them my friends, because it's like
it helps you heal.
We got it. It's like we can joke about this because we know, but at the same time we can be as serious like as we can get.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. No. 100%. And speaking of serious, I didn't like want like this week's episode to be like all serious.
It got crazy.
But I wanted it to be more fun and funny. Bethany is here with us.
Bethany.
She's just...
She's so disappointed. Look at her just like...
It's because we've left her out this whole time.
I'm so sorry. Bethany. Any word? This is our words from our sponsor. Bethany.
Maybe she's just in deep thought after hearing everything that we've said.
She's like, that makes me want to tell my story.
All right, she's here with us now.
Bethany, please look at the camera.
I mean, she's dolled up today, so she came more prepared than I did.
She's looking her best.
Not me. But fuck it, whatever. But yeah, no, my plan was like not to be like super duper serious. I wanted it to be like more fun, but like this is like some serious shit that like we do kind of gotta like lay down so that people do understand like these things that like, because they are a huge part of who we are, just because they are and it is like, not that in like a bad way, but just like in our personalities, like that's what people, I just feel like anyone, it doesn't matter, I don't care, it's just like, I'm very open about that because it's, you just have to know that in order to like know me. Like anyone that I do anything with for real, like I'm like, I have OCD, so like know that if I'm like doing whatever, like that's just how I do things. So don't think that I'm like, you know, just understand that, please. Don't feel bad for me. Just understand. Where are you going?
Bethany is our manager, lawyer, sponsor, the idea creator. She told us to talk about this, the one holding us hostage.
She's the one who...
She was talking about her problems of how she has no arms and no legs. She used to fight in the war.
You want to talk about struggle.
Bethany has no hair.
But she still does her own makeup.
But she still does her makeup.
And her lashes.
She doesn't have any arms or legs, and she just wears this t-shirt.
She's her favorite shirt.
Yeah, she's living her best life. I aspire to be her.
Honestly, because she just doesn't really let things bother her too much. Or maybe she does. She just doesn't talk a whole lot about it. That's the thing. She doesn't talk much, but she's a great listener.
She listens all the time.
She really does.
Sometimes you can just take her head with you. And
she's just so understanding.
Really get to know Bethany, honestly. But a woman like this, she just sits on your shoulder sometimes. She comforts you. She's like, hey, I don't have any arms, but like take my face. And great times. Great times. Gotta love Bethany. She's pretty great. What a great woman.
Isn't that the truth? But yeah, no, you want to talk about struggle, and she still shows up.
She shows up, she makes us get ready, and she's like, come on guys, you gotta film this, and we're just like, okay, Bethany.
Man, but yeah, no, I mean, like, because my hair color is gone, and I am not wearing anything to cover.
Meanwhile, she doesn't have any hair, and she covers her face, even though she looks great without makeup as well.
Yeah. I don't know, I think I'm just like over pink. It's fucking Redken. It's that whole conspiracy of their fucking bullshit numbers. They just do it for money because that's what people keep. And that's the thing, is that the people who do get their hair colored, they frequently come back to their stylist to do that because that's what it is. So I'm just kind of over it. I'm like, you know what if I just like shave my head off? Or shave my hair off. But I'm not wearing anything to like cover my complexion either,
I think you should just go for it.
She has her hands.
To talk about her hands.
She just touches her chest like that.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, I don't know.
Like and subscribe, guys, if you're enjoying this so far.
Be sure to hit
that subscribe button, like and share, comment down below what you want us to talk about, and we'll probably talk about it or not. Thanks, Bethany, for your words of wisdom.
I'm glad that she gives us some direction here.
Yeah, she really does. What a woman.
Right? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, is there anything out like that people maybe don't understand about?
Well, I don't know. I think that's it.
Well, what else should we talk about? Oh, Okay. Ooh, no, I actually do have something that I want to. Okay, so this is something that I actually want to bring up to you. Oh God, I don't even. This is some crazy shit too. So I got this email from some guy. I have no idea who he is. I don't know how he got my. Well, I guess my email is probably like on the internet somewhere, but.
No, she can stay here. She can stay here.
Okay, so this guy, I have no idea who he is. I got an email from him, and he, this is some weird shit too, and I obviously did not reply to this, but okay, so, oh God, this is kind of long too. Okay, I need your thoughts on like who, why.
Can I read it
Out loud?
Do you want me to read it out loud?
Yeah.
You read it out loud. I kind of just wanted to read it for myself first.
Well,
Because when you read it out loud to me, I don't understand anything.
But if you read it, they need to understand too.
Yeah, but you can read it. I just want to get the.
I mean, I guess you read pretty fast. Actually, good opportunity. Dude, I honestly don't even know anymore, like, but whatever. I have like this breakout on my forehead, and it's like the most unnecessary breakout. It's not even acne, it's just like my redness, because like stress and like I have red undertones, pink undertones rather. Okay, so this guy, I don't know who he is, I don't know how he got anything of whatever, how he got to contact me. And I'm pretty sure this is not even real.
I don't think it's real.
No, not at all. But he said, okay, so this is the subject of the email. He said a video idea to make. Okay, and then he was like, "Hi Brett, I am thinking about making a short comical video and I'm wondering if you would like to be in it. You and a buddy or bro of yours play college roommates as another guy plays your other roommate. Being fed up with your roommate, and after coming home from the beach, you know he doesn't like potent smelling foods, and you get the chance to burp and actually blow them at him for 15 to 20 minutes after eating something potent like salmon or seafood. The roommate must take it and isn't allowed to move. I think this gross but funny video will get lots of views if you decide to post it. I just need to find someone willing to play the role of the roommate who would take you blowing burps at him first, LOL. Just let me know what you want to do. It could be filmed in Indianapolis area. Of course, you must know how to burp on command. Your 4:30 alarm, are you kidding me?
I forget about it because typically if I'm at home, I'm doing something at 4:30.
Whatever. Of course, you must know how to burp on command. Thanks. What is that?
Honestly, I'm really curious to see where this goes. I'm curious to find out if this is real or who is this guy. I feel like you should email him back and like, sounds interesting. Can you
like just fuck
go
with
deeper?
him?
Yes, I do that to people who do that to me, especially people who call me randomly or text me, especially people who text me, and or emails. I literally am like, oh my god.
No, that's genius. And then if I get a reply next week, we can follow up on this.
So you should play it right now.
But like I don't know what to say. Can
Yeah,
you type it? But no, your grammar. You have to type proper, so that he
Probably
thinks.
won't. So you should. I'll just say something. Say, you can say, "Oh my god, that's really cool. I like the idea."
Okay, wait, what?
Oh my god, that's really cool. I like the idea.
Typing. Sorry. Okay. Oh my god, that's really cool. I like that idea.
You can go, I'm always looking for something fun and creative to do. To film. Not do, film.
I'm always looking for
Something fun and creative to film.
Oh god. To do or to film?
To film.
Oh, whatever. Okay.
Because, like, to do is, like...
Okay. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm under pressure here.
Hurry up. Nah. Is that it? Did you finish?
Yeah.
And
Is
then,
that it?
No, and then just say,
Where to
By any chance, can you go give me more detail of this skit?
By any chance.
And then you can say love Brett or whatever. You gotta sign it. You gotta sign your emails. I sign my emails.
Okay, can you just like read that in your head? Make sure that that's. Because I honestly am glad that I shared this because I was just gonna delete it and like. I swear, I've actually gotten that email before too. From maybe not the same person.
Yeah, that works.
I swear, I've literally gotten this email too before, and it's like, I didn't. Okay. I'll just do. Alright, so I signed it, Brett. Should I just send?
Yep.
How do I send it? Oh, send.
How do I send?
A video idea to make. Got him and got my response. Oh my god, that's really cool. Oh my god. Fuck this. Honestly, I am excited to see where this takes us.
I am too.
No, but I thought I'd share that with you, because, like, why not? Oh god, some fucking... There's a lot of disturbed people. I honestly think he's a creeper.
I get emails like that too all the time. It's like weird stuff. It's
Really?
literally, it's so crazy because they'd be like... I think I got an email one time. It was like, so I heard you're going to college and stuff like that. You're gonna need some college stuff. Like,
But
I'm just like, what?
No, but those are... Colleges advertise that to kids our age.
Yeah, but like it was weird because it wasn't like a college email.
Oh.
It was
like
definitely some person's like personal email.
Oh.
And I was just like, no, I don't care. If you don't get out of here, I'm not even answering the emails of my college. Like, no. Like, I definitely haven't even answered any of their emails. I really should, though. It'd be like crazy things like that. It's like, looking for a brand new camera, come here. I'm like, no, stop.
Really?
And it's so weird. Or it'd be something completely, it'd be like, looking for a female. I'm like, no, I don't want those emails. Stop. I was like, I am not looking for anyone.
I wonder, there might be another weird email that it's honestly just like weird people that think that I don't.
It's those people who think everyone's so stupid. You're probably gonna get someone, like 1 out of like 100 or something, but like no.
Well, and that's the thing, that they send this email to so many people, the same email.
Like, yeah, and it's like, and there's also those calls of the people faking to be certain people, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna be in debt and all this stuff. I literally just hang up. I'm like, if you're gonna get me already. I don't care.
That shit is
I'm like,
crazy.
and it'd be crazy to me because like I was like, I'm only 17. I don't have to worry about any of that right now.
No.
Like, go away. It's so crazy. It'd be so funny. You just kind of just like keep playing with them, touring their emotions, thinking that they got you, just to like hang up.
Table talk. Oh, sure. Yeah, okay, so there actually was one. I think I shared this. Man, I don't actually... No, wait, okay. So I got this email from someone who I'm pretty sure this was fake. Wait. I'm having a thought. Hang on. I think I actually did send... No, okay, so there was this guy just like sent me like a scam. He's like about some project that he thought he said he was gonna pay me, and it was a complete, not even, he like was asking for like information. It was sketchy as hell. No, there actually was something. No, there was someone who sent me something, and I did reply to them saying fake ass bullshit. So I don't know. I'm trying to find that. I can't find that. I'm not finding that though.
It's fine. You can just cut this part out.
I mean, I'll probably leave it in.
What's just sitting here?
Who knows? I don't know, but yeah, no. Okay, never mind. That was it. But yeah, we'll have to see where this saga goes.
Tune in next week to find out if this thing really exists, or wherever it goes from there.
Yeah.
Maybe he won't even reply. Maybe he's like, oof, oof, oof. They're on to me. The government. Nah.
I've been starting to say that more. Oof.
Oof.
You got me started saying that.
I know, it's a very popular saying now. It's just oof.
It's-
O-O-O-O-S.
It's just like,
Oof.
it's just like a thing where it's like, oof. Ooh. Like, yeah.
Oof, oof, oof.
Man, that's crazy.
Off.
The whole people who do that.
Oof.
Mm.
Alright, I think we can end it here.
Yeah, no, I think we're good. We're fine.
Alright. Thanks for watching. I joked about all the other stuff, but maybe like, comment, and share, and subscribe to this channel or wherever it's going. You can just cut that part out, to wherever it's going. Yeah.
Bethany is the one who does everything. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
should be telling her that.
Bethany, cut it out, Bethany. Alright, that's it.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Alright, yeah, I guess we'll see you guys
This
next.
has been another edition of Call Bob and Hold Your Weave.
Did I say that in the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't remember. But yeah, no, I guess that's pretty much it.
That's it. Goodbye.
Yeah. All right. Well, I do actually want to say,
This video is sponsored by Spark Cherry.
not this episode. Okay, so whatever. In the future, next week and beyond, whatever, we'll be kind of back to like what we were at.
Regular scheduled program.
So, but whatever. I figured like this is comfortable too, and you know, well, I don't even know, but I don't really know, like, I don't really have a whole lot of like things to like that I think I want to like talk about yet. So if you guys, if anyone wants,
Comment
yeah,
below. Just saying what you want to know.
yeah,
Just honestly, just seriously comment and just like, I will literally talk about anything. I have opinions on every single thing. Not in a judgmental way unless it's stupid.
yeah.
Then I will. But just I have lots of things.
Because you know how easy that would be? Just to like read something and be like, I have some shit to say.
It's like, I have something to say. Here I am saying what I need to say.
Yeah, but we'll see you next week. Maybe my hair will be pink. Maybe it will just be even worse than it is now.
Maybe he will be bald.
Me.
Find out next time.
All right.
Oh, God.
But yeah, so.
Alright. Adios. Goodbye.